I used to be a skeptic. I used to question everything about faith, about God, about the existence of something greater than ourselves. I couldn't wrap my head around the idea of believing in something that I couldn't see or touch. It all seemed like a fairy tale to me, something that people used to find comfort in, but not something that could actually have a real impact on my life. But then something happened, something that changed everything for me. I hit rock bottom. I was at my lowest point, feeling lost, alone, and completely hopeless. I didn't know where to turn or what to do. I felt like I had no purpose, no direction, no reason to keep going. And that's when I turned to God. I didn't know why, I didn't know how, but I just knew that I needed something bigger than myself to help me through this dark time. So I started praying. I started talking to God, pouring out my heart and soul to Him, even though I wasn't sure if He was really listening. But then something amazing happened. I started to feel a sense of peace, a sense of comfort, a sense of hope that I had never experienced before. It was like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders, like a light had been turned on in the darkness of my life. I started to see things differently, to feel differently, to believe differently. I started to see the beauty in the world around me, the miracles that were happening every day, the love that was all around me. I started to see that there was a purpose to my life, that I was here for a reason, that I was loved unconditionally by a God who had been with me all along. I started to read the Bible, to learn about the teachings of Jesus, to understand the message of love and forgiveness that He brought to the world. And as I did, I felt my heart opening up, my mind expanding, my soul awakening to a new way of living. I started to see the power of prayer, the strength of faith, the beauty of grace. I started to see that God was not just some distant, abstract concept, but a living, breathing presence in my life, guiding me, comforting me, loving me in ways that I had never imagined possible. I started to see the miracles that were happening in my own life, the blessings that were pouring down on me, the doors that were opening up before me. I started to see that God had a plan for me, a purpose for me, a destiny that was greater than anything I could have ever dreamed of. And as I surrendered myself to God, as I let go of my doubts and fears, as I embraced His love and His grace, I felt a sense of peace and joy that I had never experienced before. I felt like I was finally home, like I was finally where I was meant to be, in the arms of a loving God who had been waiting for me all along. And so, from skeptic to believer, I stand here today as a testament to the power of faith, the beauty of grace, the strength of love. I stand here as a living example of what can happen when you open your heart to God, when you let go of your doubts and fears, when you trust in His plan for your life. I stand here as a living, breathing miracle, a living, breathing testimony to the power of God's love in my life. And I know now without a shadow of a doubt that I am never alone, that I am never without hope, that I am never without purpose, because I am a child of God, loved beyond measure, cherished beyond words, and blessed beyond belief.